to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, like told me, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Good morning. Listen, welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We got some breaking news early. The other breaking news I was talking about backstage, I was talking about Ben Simmons. But I didn't see this. This is crazy. All right, but we got a good show for y'all today. Before, after I tell y'all this, Dave, we had the big news. But yeah, I know. Crazy.
Y'all, everybody excited. I was trying to wait for you to go through the intro. Now I gotta see. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, we know what, Dave. Let's go ahead and spread the news, man. Since we here.
Well, Broncos are releasing former All-Pro safety Justin Simmons after 8 seasons in Denver.
Let's go.
Hold on. What? I'm looking at something else.
You ain't seen that?
Hold on. What? What's going on? Say it again.
Let's go, man.
Justin Simmons has been released by the Denver Broncos. That's
wow.
Crazy. That is crazy.
What I saw was this. Carl Anthony Towns has been diagnosed with a torn meniscus in his left knee and is out indefinitely. Yeah. That is big right there. Yep. That's a big blow for the Minnesota Timberwolves right there. He's out indefinitely. So,
wow.
And it's a torn meniscus.
Let me at least post the NFL jump in the NFL chat.
Yeah. So
wow.
There you go. Breaking news. Look, we had 3, and also, by the way, Ben Simmons out for the rest of the season. If anybody cares about that. All right. But yeah,
wow.
That's crazy. But anyways, man, this man Blaze. It's the first topic. All right. So listen, I'm throwing all this morning. We all over the place, but I got we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about what Blaze mentioned in the comment section. We're gonna talk about that. We got to talk about with the Bulls make the playoffs, and guess what, guy? I got a special guest that's requested to come on the show for the Bulls topic. I think you all know who he is. We got to talk about.
You got Derrick Rose? I'm playing.
That'd be nice. We got Derrick Rose got what about that L they took yesterday, but no W. They actually won. They won against the 76ers. We got to talk about the Warriors ceiling. All right. It's a lot to talk about today, y'all. But as y'all can tell, the routine is all because of the
yeah. Yeah.
I got 2 of my brothers. I got Davey Dollars and Mr. Get Done sometime. So how y'all doing, fellas?
I'm doing good. I want to address something right quick, man. Blaze, I wasn't looking so blue about that. I was upset because I wanted the Timberwolves to actually do something in the playoffs, and Cat not being there, it's gonna mess up a lot of predictions. That's what it's about, man. Anything somebody say about Dallas, come on, bro. We used to it. Y'all new to it. How y'all doing?
I'm good. It's just, I'm not. Joe, I remember yesterday how I was confused about my Instagram. Now I know why it's messing up like that.
So. Okay.
The profiles. I thought it was Adam Schefter. I thought they hacked you, man. You reporting the news too quick. You like, yeah, I had this before them. They like, wait, block his profile.
No, but I'm good, man. As you can see, I'm feeling a whole lot better. I'm a lot more energized. You ain't got to worry about me, sneezing on the show and everything. So, I
Where's the
feel
Lysol?
I know, right?
so. Let's have a great show today. Joe made his debut on my show last night, the Dave's Doghouse, to put Wimby as a dog. If you did not look at it, make sure you tune into Dave's Doghouse from last night. It was a great show. And, man, I know today's going to be good. We got some things to talk about. Dalton Schultz has some curious things to talk about when it comes to the Cowboys.
Curious.
Some glass mirrors, but
No pun.
Danny Dimes out in New York
Bankrupt.
after getting a contract last season.
No more dollars.
You only take quarters.
Pennies. Man, I don't know. We got two other things to talk about. Will the Bulls make the playoffs? And what are the Warriors ceiling? Tune in to today's show to find out how we feel about that. But it is Thursday. I have not been able to say this all week on the show, but it's time we turn up. Turn me up, 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 up. Jody, do your thing.
And Blaze, good morning, man. Why are you hollering? You game banking on bacon too?
What he yelling for is because he tried to come in here and try to throw a jab at me, and I ignored it.
Yeah, okay. So
That's why you don't get no good morning, but I'm going to be nice. Good morning.
What up, Jody? What up?
Listen,
What up, Blaze?
As y'all can see, we 17 minutes in, and then we haven't even did the first topic. The whole routine was all this morning with all these news and things. But just to delay us even more, all right? There we go.
Actually, Joe, you can kill two birds with one stone. You can tell them how to hit the dollar sign. We're going to hit the hold up, throw your comment on the stage.
There it
The
is.
super chats. There you go.
See, my man Tomo. Let's get it. All right. First of all, we are streaming this on 2 platforms. All right. We are streaming this on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Like the video on all 3 platforms. Follow and subscribe on all 3 platforms. Hit the notification button also so you'll be notified when we put out new content. And share this video with somebody that you know personally so they can come on and watch live with you. We know you're watching live. You're having a good time. But we want others to come and watch with you because it's going to be a great show. And you can get involved and use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to Ty, for being the first comment. All right, first comment. All right, shout out to Ty. And but if you're feeling good, there's a dollar sign. I know it's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. People got those, prepaid accounts. You might get paid a little early on Wednesday or Thursday. Hit that dollar sign on the bottom right of the comment section. Pick a dollar amount. Put your super chat in. And guess what? We're going to pause the scene, hit you with the hold up. Hold up. There we go. All right. And then we're going to put your comment on the screen and we're going to read it out loud like we're about to do right now. Shout out to Tyrone Parker. All right. I keep calling my full name. Shout out to Ty in the red corner, Ty. All right. Being a member for 7 months. Whew. 7 months, fellas. It's crazy.
Am I late on this? Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson on July 20th?
No, that might be new.
Yeah, that's new.
I got his name muted. I'm sorry.
Speaking of in the red corner, there y'all go. There's a topic for y'all on this Sunday.
Wow.
But shout out to the greatest sports network. Make sure you follow In the Red Corner on IG. We are going live tonight at 8 p.m. They're going live tonight. So make sure y'all tune in to In the Red Corner IG chat, y'all. Make sure y'all do that. Shout out to Ty. And listen, man, when you put a super chat in, we appreciate it, man, because we appreciate all the donations and the gifts.
Gifts. Gifts. 2 days in a row.
There it is, Tomo.
It's 2 days in a row.
And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
Hey, Blaze, don't leave because you beat us to the punch. You want us to talk about Dallas? We're going to talk about Dallas. Here you go. So we got another ex-Cowboy coming out after they leave and, they get their money from somewhere else and, they got to do it. They just got to be like, well, the culture here is just all about football. And we just, down in Dallas, it's something different. But that's just me being funny because I'm a Cowboy fan. But I'm going to play the clip so you all can judge what he had to say for yourself. Dalton Schultz did an interview yesterday with what's my man name? Pat McAfee, you know, and they asked him, they said, hey, a lot of people played in Dallas and they always talking about the culture because the all-season word for the Cowboys is there's two phrases, all in and culture. Those are two things that's just going around in the media. It ain't nothing about Super Bowl or playoffs. So I want y'all to know that nobody's thinking about the Super Bowl. We're worried about fixing the culture. Now, Dalton, tell these people, man, how you felt about Dallas.
That was one of the first things that kind of stuck out to me is like, it feels like much more, I don't want to say college because it's not, but like the focus is just football, you know what I mean? And going back and like telling some people like how kind of being around the Cowboys, like practice facility and, you know, game day, describing some of the interactions and stuff that you see on a day-to-day basis, like surprised a lot of people. They're like, holy crap, like that actually happens like at a practice facility. And like, you know, it's just, you think it's normal. And then you come to a place like this.
Like what? You don't have to out anything, but like, what are you?
No, dude, it's just like there's people literally going on tours while you're listening in the weight room.
And that's just a little bit. So we can pause it right there because there's a little bit more, but we got to react to just that one little segment of it. And me being the local Cowboy fan on the show, it's funny that Worms actually tuned in too, man. He said we're gonna stand strong. We in quicksand right now, buddy. We in quicksand because everything around us is not looking good. But again, here we go again. Yet another ex-Cowboy coming out and talking about the culture of the Cowboys after they leave, but they don't talk about it when they did. I guess they like the nice amenities and, you know, the training rooms and being in radio, getting all the commercials and everything. You know, you being a superstar when you're actually not even a star of the Cowboys. You just get the features. You know, you get all the perks. Cole Beasley came out and said the same thing when he left Dallas. He was like, well, you know, up in here at Buffalo, it's just all about football. Like, they're not really worried about, you know, brands and marketing deals and things like that. Cool. Cheeto Awuzie said the same thing also when he went to the Bengals. He said, man, it's just about football up here. It's a blue-collar city. Everybody here wants to work hard. And when you come to the Bengals, it's about football. Dez kind of alluded to it just a little bit, but, you know, Dez came back because, you know, something about that marketability. You always got to come back. It's like a breakup. You hurt when you leave, but when you think about it, you're like, oh, I kind of was getting a lot of money when I was in Dallas. Marcus Spears spoke about the culture because he also went to the Ravens and was like, you don't really see the ownership that much. I remember a few segments or a few episodes ago where I was talking about when I was talking to Dave, and then the owner from the 49ers came out and said something about Brock Purdy. And I was like, hey, was that the GM? And Dave was like, nah, that's the owner. I was like, what? I didn't even know that. But again, that's just the culture of the Cowboys. I'm sorry that they were a dynasty at one point in the 90s and the glitz and glamour and the fame was all in Dallas, and that's just what it is. So you should already know that when you come to the Cowboys, you got to fight two fights. One, you got to fight the media, and two, you got to fight to get on the field. And once you're on the field, you got to make plays happen. You can't go on ESPN talking about how you're mentally drained when the playoff game comes because every Sunday feels like a Super Bowl game. That comes with the star in the helmet. You already know what the owner is. So when a lot of people want to talk about what the culture is in Dallas, the culture is commercial branding. It's not football. Just know that. So when you go somewhere else and you act like you don't know what it is, I didn't think this was happening over here. You should have known it. Because when you turn on ESPN, what are they talking about? Dalton Schultz. No one knows your name unless you're a Dallas Cowboy. You signed for Houston. If you would have started in Houston, no one would have knew about you unless you were an actual player for a fantasy football team. You wouldn't have been doing that interview with Pat McAfee. It's only because you're an ex-Cowboy. Ex-Cowboys get the perks. Ex-Cowboys are going to get ragged on. Hey, I'm going to take some advice from the chat, even though I already know this. When Dak Prescott is winning, they praise him. When Dak Prescott is losing, they're going to kill him. Cool, but that's just what it is. If Dak was in Atlanta, no one would care about Dak Prescott. They would talk about him like they talk about Kirk Cousins. It is what it is. You got the star. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Mama. Everybody, if you're associated with the Cowboys, you already know when you say something, it's going to be front page news. It is what it is. Now, the whole thing about going on the tours, I've been on a tour. I wasn't there while it was the all-season, though. Comes with, again, branding, marketing. They got to sell tickets. What better way to feel like you're more attached to your team than going on a tour and you actually see your quarterback working out? Now, tapping on the glass and all that, I don't think they're supposed to do that. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. And also to say it was a zoo, it probably did feel like a zoo because you got people knocking on the glass while you trying to do, some pull-ups. It's a little strange, but it happens in Planet Fitness all the time. So that's just my take on it. Joe, Dave, how y'all feel?
Man, so look, Tomo, I'm kind of toward like where you're at. You know what I mean? How you like? Are you with him? Are you with Schultz or not? Because when you first start talking, it sounded like you was with him, and then towards the end, it sounded like you kind of understand what he's saying, but you're more so. I'm not with Schultz on this one.
I was going to answer your question, but I'll let you go.
Okay. All right, hold on. We gotta hold up. All right. You want? Okay, I got it.
You can go ahead.
All right. Shout out to Warren with a $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Warren. Warren always giving out orange super chats, man. We appreciate it, man.
Cowboy culture. Man.
Yes. Hey, that's one thing about them Cowboys, man. All right. It's all fun while you here wearing a star. Now he ain't here wanting to discredit what he was a part of. If they ain't in Dallas, we don't want to hear your outcry because you can't come back. Worm, I agree. He basically saying what like what Tom was saying. When they were here, nobody said nothing, but soon they leave, they try to bash Dallas, right? Now I get it. Sometimes people do that with other teams, and reasonably so, you don't want to rightfully so, you don't want to bad mouth your team while you're on it. But then Schultz want to stay with y'all.
Yeah.
He wanted to sign back with y'all, right? Last time I checked,
yeah.
He wanted to be in Dallas. And look, I'm thinking about the people you named.
Cole Beasley,
the
Cheeto
Bills.
Uzi.
The Bills haven't won anything in their career, their franchise history. Okay, who else you say?
Cheeto Uzi. He went to the Bengals.
The Bengals. They won anything in their franchise ever in their franchise history?
They went to the Super Bowl.
It was the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get there on that one. All right. And the Texans. What have the Texans done in their whole existence? Nothing. What were they last year? Huh?
1-2 playoff games.
Now the Ravens different. You brought the Ravens too. Ravens a different culture. They had one of the best coaches in the NFL. They do. I get the Ravens that. But here's my thing with Dallas. Don't stop blaming Jerry Jones on your downfalls. You mad at the man because he's trying to make more money for the franchise? It's so much of a distraction that y'all can't get it done. He got the wrong guys. That's the answer. He has the wrong guys. Jerry's like, we've done this before and we created a dynasty. And you think it's not doable? No, you're not able. You're not capable of making it happen. Maybe you're not the right guy. Next. So Jerry should not switch up what he's doing because the guys that he have in the building aren't able to get the job done. The difference between the Bengals and the Cowboys is the quarterback position. I did not come here to bash that, and I'm not going to do that. But Joe Burrow is a different type. The reason why they're Super Bowl contenders is not because of the culture. It's because of Joe Burrow. That's it. Point blank. That's it. Ain't got nothing to do with the culture. Ain't got nothing to do with the ownership. Nothing to do. It's because they got a quarterback that's going to take them there. All right. So, like, for example, when Joe Burrow and the Bengals went to Super Bowl, I always talk about that playoff run. You know what one thing Joe Burrow didn't do? Turn the ball over. The defense played well, but Joe Burrow didn't put them in quicksand. He didn't put them behind the 8-ball. So that's I'm not mad at what Jerry doing. All Jerry doing is doing his job as an owner. His job as an owner is to make more money for the franchise. That's his job as an owner. Now, it happens to be he's somewhat the GM. I know his son is the GM, right? But he's also involved. But he's marketing. He's marketing. If you have the right guys, you're going to want to back your owner. You want to back what your owner puts out in the air. So that's the issue. The issue is not Jerry Jones. It's the people in the organization.
Now,
the players, I should say.
I'm going to answer your question when you say you feel like I was playing both sides of the fence. Because me being a football fan, I feel like Jerry should step out of the way just a little bit. But me also understanding the business side of it is like, I'm not mad at what he's doing because it's working for him. Like technically what Jerry does for the media is kind of like what fans want the product on the field to be. It's winning. He always finds a way to win headlines. He can win a headline no better than any of them. We're going all in. And then 2 weeks later, he's like, yeah, but we got to sign like all of our players. So you can find a way to reel you in and then boom. And I agree with what you said also. It's the players. Because one of the things I also said is you got to understand that this is just what it is here. When you go to any other team, you understand what the culture is. And when you come to Dallas, you got to be like, look, it's branding, then football. No matter how much we want to kill Dak, and Dave, I'm going to let you go. No matter how much we want to kill Dak, technically, him being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, you don't hear nothing from him unless someone asks him a question. He doesn't have a podcast. He don't do random interviews. He don't even like go on ESPN, none of that. And he's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He should be doing what Michael Parsons is doing. You don't hear nothing from him. So when it comes to like culture in the locker room, I understand where he come from with it because he like, bro, I tell everybody it's time to play football. We might not win the games because of some of my deficiencies, but I'm all about football when it's football time.
And before you go, Dave, sorry. Yeah, he hired them. I'm talking about we're talking about all the off the field stuff, like the tours and all that stuff. That's my issue with Jerry. He's not willing to get a head coach that's stern, that's going to put their foot on y'all players' necks. That's what y'all need. Y'all need a stern head coach. But Jerry's not going to do that.
Go ahead, Dave.
So I guess my question, I got two questions to you, Tomo. This is your team. So you know more than I do. So when he won those 3 Super Bowl titles with Jimmy Johnson there, this was still going on during that time? Like fans coming in, knocking on the glass windows while they working out and stuff like that was acceptable during that time?
I think they started the tours around the 2nd Super Bowl, but yeah, players had podcasts and everything.
Okay.
Jerry's in the
well, radio shows. They had radio shows back then.
So my second question is, does culture not matter when it comes to winning?
That's a good question. Let me take a second on that one. Yeah. Now, how I can phrase it because of Jerry is this was the culture that we had and we were winning.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of leans to what Joe was saying about do we have the right players?
Okay. So I guess I'm the lone wolf in this, but I don't agree with either one of you simply because of the culture. Now, business-wise, hey, do your thing, Jerry. I'm not mad at what you're doing. My issue with this is if you are supposed to say that your team is focused on winning and building a winning culture, the winning culture now is not always going to be the same as it was back then. This is a new regime. Also, Joe, just like you said, you need a head coach that's more stern. Jerry clearly doesn't want a more stern head coach, which is why he has Mike McCarthy there. So because that's going on, a lot of this stuff just needs to change. If you're not going to have a stern head coach, you need to put other things stern within the culture to allow them to be able to focus on football. I did not know all this was going on with the last 2 Super Bowls that they won. So, okay, I feel you there, but you also had Jimmy Johnson there. That was a stern head coach, and even the coach after him was stern. You don't have that going on right now. So I believe all of these things that are going on aren't going to help your team out because there's no focus strictly on football because there's so many things going on at this moment that your team has. Micah, his podcast ain't helping nothing at all. What we tell Micah all the time, put the mic down, Micah, focus. Jerry, stop having people come in and visit while people working out. You can still have people come visit the stadium. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but do it at different times. You know what times your players are in there working out. Jerry, you're the most involved owner in all of football. Right or wrong? He's the most involved owner there. He's also the GM. Yes, Steven is there, but we know Jerry runs everything. I'm fine with players having podcasts. Fred Warner has a podcast. We still got to the Super Bowl this year. I'm okay with having a podcast. I have nothing against that. But it's for me, it's about the content you're putting out there. The content Micah talks about, he's talking about everybody else's team, how people can do this, how he could be the 49ers quarterback, how he could be better than Brock Purdy, how he thinks all these other things, who he thinks going to win these games. Sir, you got a game to focus on yourself. Now, Dalton Schultz did want to go back to Dallas. So you have a point there. But just because someone went back to Dallas and they went to another coach, doesn't mean that culture where they went to didn't change. Are y'all forgetting that there's a new coach in Houston right now? That's not the same regime that was there before. Like this is a new head coach. What culture did he come from? He came from a winning, somewhat winning culture.
Somewhat, I would say.
Okay,
championship culture.
Man, Mike and Dion was party heads and still got it done. Players need to just understand how to turn that switch on and off. Guys today just care more about our money than the game. I get your point when you talk about that, Worm. Shout out another nine. Worm, you got money to spend, huh?
Hey, when you spending it in free agency, we got to spend it somewhere, right? Shout out,
but my thing is, just because something worked then doesn't mean it's going to work now. We always say that things change, right? Cultures change. Sometimes you just need a culture change. And I believe in Dallas, there's some things that need to change. Now, like as I said, again, I'll say this again. Jerry is doing what he needs to do business-wise. That's fine and dandy. But at some point, you got to be able to allow your players to focus while they're at least working out, while they're doing other things that pertains to football. Allow them to focus. I always say, do this in the bye week. The bye week or something like that. I don't know what times this happens, but do it at different times. Like I said, Jerry, you're known in that stadium enough. You know all the players' faces, you know all the names, you know the times that they're working out, you know all of that. Then you should schedule things to be at a different time, man. That's just me.
Hey, Tomo, I know it's your team, but can I say something?
I got some stuff to say too. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So as far as the winning culture, I know this has been going around a lot, and we got to separate the two because the Cowboys have a winning culture as far as regular season. They don't have a championship culture. Mm-hmm. Now, this is what other teams have. The championship culture is what the 49ers are doing, where they keep making the NFC championship and going to the Super Bowl. That's championship culture. So it's already set in stone. The Cowboys have a winning culture. You can't win 36 games, make the playoffs, and whatever happens in the offseason is what happens, but that's still a winning culture.
Oh, no, I get that.
Yeah, but Barry Switzer wasn't as stern. He had the players that was there from Jimmy Johnson. Now, one thing I will allude to, and we are talking about with building the culture, is the one thing Michael Irvin always said, and we always crack out jokes about Mike Irvin, but he said, look, we knew when to party, and we knew when it was time to play football. You need someone in that locker room that's going to stand up and be like, hey, now is the time to play football. What we do once we leave here, that's cool. But once you walk through them doors, it's all football. Like, leave your TikToks and everything outside. That's what the locker room was built upon. Jimmy Johnson helped solidify that culture. But Mike Irvin then was like, look, if you don't want to win, we need you out of here. And that's what Dallas isn't doing. And as far as like the coaches, that goes back to Jerry and him. Well, we paid him, so he has to play. No, if Wanye Thomas is better than Jaron Kearse, put Wanye on the field. I don't care about you just paying him. We need players that actually want to play and win the game. That's when it comes down to like Jerry being in the way of the culture.
Yes, I agree, Tom. I think Jerry off the field amenities, like people watching them work out, that's not causing them to lose. That's not the reason why they lost, because people are watching them working out. It's his GM skills of getting the right head coach. Y'all ain't had no linebackers. That's the problem. Like Dan Quinn sitting right there, and everybody's begging y'all, promote Dan Quinn. Get McCarthy out of there. Dan Quinn gone now. Yes, I got Mike McCarthy. So that's Jerry's problem. I always mention that. Like, he needed to get a real head coach. But when it comes to the off the field stuff, I'm so disappointed in the comments right now. They want Jerry to dumb down for these dudes, basically. Oh, it works differently now. We can't do the same we did back in the 90s. We can't be acting like this. Oh, no. Podcast? Last time I checked, Draymond Green was doing a podcast in the whole playoffs and they won the championship. So it's not about podcasting. It's not about touring. Do you have the right guys or not? That's it. Oh, have the right guys? Oh, let's dumb it down. No, let's find some new guys. Because we need the money to still flow. We're not about to dumb down the franchise because we got the wrong. No. How about we wake up and get the right guys? If we're gonna make a change the people. Don't change what you already been doing for daggone 30 years or plus 30 years. So I don't have no issues with Jerry does off the field. No issues. My issue with Jerry is you need the right head coach. Mike McCarthy, like you said, he's a winning head coach, right? But you need a head coach that's going to yell at some guys. Y'all need that. Y'all need somebody like that. That's what Jimmy Johnson was. And then because when he left and the new coach came in, y'all already had that. You know what I mean? Like you had the Michael Irvins and stuff like that that's going to hold those guys accountable. So thank you, man.
And
y'all making too many excuses for these players, man.
And I got one more thing before we move to the
I
next
ain't making
topic.
excuses. I'm just saying that it also alludes to it. I'm not making excuses.
I just want to throw one more thing out there because this is how when players leave, this is what the Dallas cloud is. Now, I remember seeing a clip somewhere about, I think it's Javon Hargrave. I don't know who he was talking. Was he talking to Trent Williams? Because I think Trent got a show too. But he was talking about when he left Philly and how the practice was different with the 49ers than it was with Philly. The fact that I even seen this clip comes up was crazy. He was like, yeah, I think the culture over there, not the culture, I think the practices in Philly were a little too soft. And this goes to what Kev was always saying about how their training schedule is. He said, I like being over here with the 49ers. Y'all know that clip never surfaced, right? Let Javon Hargrave have played for the Cowboys. That would have been on ESPN.
No, I seen that clip too.
But
you see the difference and where you at? Because if he played for the Cowboys, everyone would have been like, everywhere. Oh, here they go.
It'd have been everywhere.
And a lot of Eagles fans in the chats. Yeah, and a lot of Eagles fans in the chats be talking about how Jeffrey Lurie is kind of like Jerry a little bit, where he has his hands on the teams, but you don't know about it unless you're a fan of that team. So again, you can always point the finger at the Cowboys for being out there because that's just what they are. But a lot of these franchises go through the same exact thing. It's just that we're in the media with it.
Just like the Lakers are in the media all the time. Lakers always in the media. So all the field stuff, you should want that. It builds your brand. But are you the right guy to still get it done? That's what it's come down to. Man, if I'm playing for the Cowboys, bring them in here. I'm working out. See me, I'm building my brand. That's Joe. Oh, cool. Man, Jerry's helping these guys at the end of the day. If y'all what, he's helping these guys. They're gonna appreciate Jerry. But they gotta get the job done. I'm sorry. Jerry's not out there throwing interceptions, pick sixes, having one sack the whole game, one tackle the whole game. He's not doing that. That's not his fault. So keep doing what you're doing, Jerry.
I mean, I agree and disagree a little bit.
I disagree with the GM stuff.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, Jerry.
Look, I know what you mean. I see the slight dig. It's cool. Keep doing what you're doing, Jerry. Get that money, man. It's all good.
All right, let's get to these shows. That was a hefty topic. All right, so we refuse to lose sport. Hey, you know who was trash last night? Swiper got him last night. We took up some goggles last night. 3-0.
Put a 44 on the boards.
Now you talk about the Lakers always being talked about. They're not gonna talk about the Lakers now.
Tomo.
My bad.
I'm gonna watch everything, and they better talk about this game yesterday. They better talk about it. It was no back-to-back. It was none of that crap. I don't want them to talk about it. We are 3-0 on the Lakers. Because when they went up 3-1 OKC, they blew it up like a big deal. Oh, OKC.
All right.
Let's get it. All right. R2L is a network, not just a show. All right. And these are the shows that we have, guys. We have BWT Baseball with Teddy. All right. It's crazy. Teddy is a baseball wizard. I mean, every time
a baseball savant.
Every time I call Teddy, this dude is doing something baseball related. Call him last night. What's up, Teddy? Yeah, man, I'm at the batting cage, get some hits in. Bro, it's like It's 9:30, bro. You are okay? Cool. Hit me when you get home. You know. So if you want to know more about baseball, if you are a baseball fan, BWT is your guy. All right. And he just came out with an episode 2 nights ago. So make sure y'all go check that episode out. All right. He was giving his predictions on different awards. So make sure y'all go check it out. And he has more episodes coming up. So make sure y'all stay tuned with BWT with Teddy. We got CTC, Carl Talking College. He did an episode last night. With the I think it was last night. Yeah, he did an episode last night, I believe, or the night before last.
No, I was like, he did it right before my show.
Yeah. Carl is all over the place. All right. So Carl, all your college basketball, your college football content goes to Carl. Carl is a genius. Also, where you think of with Teddy and baseball, that's Carl in college sports. I'm telling you, you talking about who's the starter point, who's the backup point guard for Howard University? Carl got you. All right. So Carl knows every player, where they from, everything. So make sure you gotta tune in to Carl on College CTC. FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. So he will be going live next Thursday. All right. So next Thursday, Coach will be going live. He'll be coming back. Like I said, he was in Disney for a long time. He's still there. But we got some football to talk about, and you know how you feel about Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. So I can't wait to hear what he got to say about that situation. So if you're a fantasy football player, make sure you got to tune in to Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. RBO, Real Ballers Only, NBA content only with my brother Vaughn. All right, Orlando Magic fan. Orlando Magic. You can see the colors. But he gives you great content. He didn't have an episode this week so far. Most likely he'll be doing the episode this Friday. He normally has an episode Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right. So make sure you gotta tune in tomorrow, Friday at 12 noon. He should be having an episode dropping. And speaking of Dave,
Blaze. Wow, Blaze. I thought you was my guy.
It's funny because I heard it and I was like, damn, I've got to tell Dave. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. All right, but Dave Doghouse, make sure you gotta check out the episode from yesterday. I actually made my debut on there yesterday. I had a great time. I love this show, like I told Dave. Listen, this show is basically if you are in the sports world or you're related to the sports world, you could be somebody's mother. All right, you could be a cook. Somebody could have some food poisoning. He might put the cook in the doghouse. All right, so no matter who you are. I'm pretty sure if Dave was around when Jordan had a stomach flu, he would have put that Domino's delivery in the doghouse. Like, I'm talking to Dave now. Every time I tell him something, doghouse? I'm like, chill, bro. you got people walking on eggshells out here, not trying to be in the doghouse. So
be driving like, man, I almost ran out of gas. Doghouse?
No. Right. No matter, listen, you in the sports world related, you can be in the doghouse. But if you do good, you do a great thing. You have a good take. A fan does something good. A player has a great performance. Coach doing well. No matter, he had a coach on it yesterday. No matter who you are, he'll put you in the yard as a dog. Right. So make sure you got to tune in to Dave Doghouse and Eric yesterday. Go tune into that. Right. And lastly, we got King's Talk, y'all. Listen, man, I told y'all I had an episode coming for y'all. My apologies. Right. We're not going live until the playoffs. All right. To the playoffs. But in between that, we will be throwing out little pre-recorded videos here and there. All right, so guys, just stay tuned for that. And those are all your shows. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, the comments been going up. I can tell that first topic got everybody a little riled up. But we got to stay in the NFC East, and we got to talk about one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC East. Some would say one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And we're not talking about Mac Jones. Showing Mac Jones. We can talk about a guy who maxed it in the playoffs and maxed it in the regular season. Man, Daniel, what a difference a year makes. Everyone said Saquon wasn't the offense. It was Daniel Jones that can keep this thing going. And a lot of people said, think about what Brian Daboll did with him. He actually excelled under Brian. And then we got clips of Brian walking over to him with the I ain't even gonna say the clipboard, with the iPad, and just threw it at him. Like, man, what are you doing out there? You can't see. Then the owners are coming out at the combine saying, hey man, we might have some buyer's remorse. We thinking about going elsewhere. Me, it saddens me that they want to get rid of Daniel Jones for the same reason everybody wants Jerry Jones to keep doing what he's doing. But we gotta react. Yeah, I got to. You said the Cowboys suck. Anyway,
I'm gonna take a note.
Yeah, Tomo.
and I got another one. I got another one too. But we're gonna talk about Daniel Jones because some people talk about how Diddy all in the videos, but if you think about it, the Cowboys may be like Bad Boy, but the Eagles are like Death Row. And I ain't heard a hit from Death Row since when? Guys, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the reaction. Exactly. Big red suits and everything. Daniel Jones may be leaving the Giants, man. What's your take on it, Dave?
I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that this is more so on Daniel Jones or on the Giants ownership?
What though? The contract?
The failure?
The contract and them pretty much saying that they're done with him.
Okay. You want me to answer?
Joe, I think you saw the same clip I saw. I think you know exactly.
No, I didn't see. No, I ain't seen a clip. But all right, here's my thing. I think that all right. I don't want to take your floor.
That's fine.
All right, cool. This is how I look at it. They're crazy for giving the contract, right? But at the same time, what do they do? First of all, I never seen a team draft so many first-round offensive linemen and still have a bad offensive line. Let's start there. All right, them dudes' offensive line is terrible since he's been there, and what that did caused him to have these injuries. You know, so but continue. So I will put that on the ownership what they did around them, but and give him the contract. But it was hit. But he wasn't. Come on, bro. He went. Like, what Shady say? He went to Duke, bro. He went to Duke. You know, so like he wasn't great in college, right?
Nope.
All right, so what's going on? So go ahead.
Joe, you could have just kept it simple and just blamed the ownership. It's all their fault.
It's all their fault. Shouldn't have drafted him in the first place. You shouldn't have drafted him when you drafted him. Daniel Jones is not it, though. This is why I had so many issues with you, Joe, when you said Daniel Jones would be better with us than Brock Purdy. This is why I had so many issues with you.
I mean, I'm just saying it's a different situation, though.
Nah, I don't care about none of that.
Daniel never had a receiver.
Brock Purdy was actually good in college. I can at least say that. Brock Purdy was good in college. He went to Iowa State.
Iowa State.
He was good.
Okay.
He was good in college. Trust me. And Duke is a basketball school, not a freaking football school. That's
about North. What about North Carolina?
North Carolina is North Carolina is becoming.
That's all I'm saying.
North Carolina is becoming more of a. Hold on, North Carolina is becoming more of a football and basketball school.
Okay, and basketball. I'm about to say, okay,
yeah, I was trying to help you fight back, man.
No need for me to fight. Look, I don't root for Duke football team. I don't care. They suck.
You're right. You do like the U.
How about the U?
They suck. But look, Daniel Jones should have never gotten the contract that he was given last year. He didn't deserve it in any way. Now, the team did make it to the playoffs, but that was simply because they had Saquon Barkley, who had a healthy season and he played very well that year. That was not because of Daniel Jones. Now, Daniel Jones didn't turn the ball over a lot, but he also didn't score a lot. I think he had
15.
20 touchdowns or something like that year? 15 touchdowns. It was like 15 touchdowns, like 6 interceptions or something like that.
15 and 5, I think.
Wow.
I remember because
you give someone
everybody said he was better than that.
And then you give him a big contract. And now a year later, after you give him a contract, you saying that you're done with him.
Crazy, bro. You know he was hurt.
Exactly. He only played 6 games. He played 6 games, and y'all see, yeah.
Well, technically, he played 5 because that week 1 game he didn't show up.
That's true. No one in the Giants team showed up in that game. That was a monstrosity. Daniel Jones, man. I guess I want to say I feel bad for him, but then again, I mean, he never deserved that contract in the beginning.
He did.
He didn't deserve the contract. He didn't have any weapons around him. The offensive line was trash. All he had was Saquon. It was Saquon the bust. That's what we tried to tell y'all last year. We tried to tell y'all last year that the Giants was Saquon the bust, but no, Vaughn and Kev tried to say we were tripping. Come on, man. That's
Can't win the line. Nobody
the Giants. The Giants fumbled this badly. Louis Riddick has said that, you know, you don't put nothing around him, but you expect him to be good. How can you expect someone to flourish when you have nothing around him? His offensive line gets hurt every single year. He has a tight end who's more worried about a rap album than actually playing football.
And he always hurt too.
Exactly. Who was also always hurt. You gave away his best weapon to Kadarius Toney, who went and won a Super Bowl right after that. And now he's pretty much dropping everything.
No pun.
I think you helping Lewis right there, because if Kadarius Toney was his best weapon, look what he did with the Chiefs. I'm just saying, Lewis might have had a point with that one. If that was his best weapon,
I'm naming everything. You didn't give him. You didn't put Daniel Jones in a situation to where he could be successful. So, and you expected him to be good, especially after he was hurt all last year. He played 6 games. 6. It is a 17-game season. You punished the man for only being able to play 6 games when you didn't give him any protection.
Yeah.
New York, y'all are trash. Suck. This is why y'all suck. Because you're not doing nothing to help your team out. This is why Saquon not coming back. You're gonna be trash again next year. You might have the number 1 overall pick next year. Y'all just stupid, man. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's how I felt about this whole thing. Y'all just retarded.
Yeah. Whoa. So what's the name?
look, you don't even know where to start.
The Giants.
The wild part about it, the one team that the Giants can beat is the Commanders.
Nah, that's a fact though. They beat us every year. No matter who the quarterback is. That's a crazy thing.
Danny Jones, Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. But my whole thing is, yeah, it's an ownership. It's an ownership. The GM, whoever it is, it's a terrible situation. I'm looking at his stats, right? I remember, like, up until last year, he's been not good. Like, he's always been like, why y'all drafting him type quarterback, right? And okay, first year, rookie year, 24-12, 3,000 yards, 11-10, 3,000 yards again, 10-7, 2,400 yards, 15-5, 3,200 yards. I mean, that's still not great. Completion percentage 64%.
Wow.
I mean, 67% when he had Saquon. But we kept telling y'all in the chat specifically, when I hit them my running backs range, the only one I fumbled the bag was with Dalvin Cook. I get that. I don't know why I put Dalvin Cook up there. But I had Saquon number 2, and everybody was like, oh my gosh. And my case was, look what he did last year with the Giants. He carried the Giants. What? Daniel Jones? Are you serious? The one that got with the Duke? Daniel Jones? He should have been shooting jumpers. That's what he should have been doing. He going to Duke. But my whole thing is, they never had an offensive line. And like I said, they draft high in the offensive line position. Whoever the offensive line coach did he go, if he hasn't gone yet. But they don't have an offensive line. You never got this dude receivers. Never got him receivers, right? And you try to give him a tight end finally, and this dude couldn't stay on the field, and then Danny Jones couldn't stay on the field. All right? So they did nothing for him. But why would you give him the contract? What did he do? Y'all are so terrible because y'all made it to the playoffs. Y'all saw him lit up the worst defense in the league, the Minnesota Vikings. And y'all was like, you know what? He's going to be our future. And y'all gave him all that money and blackballed Saquon Barkley. And now y'all have to lose both of them. Y'all should have paid Saquon, and y'all would that would have been less money, and get rid of Daniel Jones.
There you go.
So, I'm sorry, this machine only take quarters. We don't take any dimes over here. So go ahead, Combo.
Okay, we talking about a guy who's 8-11-1 in the division, right?
In the division. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's his real record?
So I don't even want to read that because that's a waste of time. Why would we even do that? The fact that some people were coming into the last year's offseason saying, well, I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott led some quarterbacks. Some people said that. It was out there. because Dak led the league in interception. He was like, he's on a decline, so I'll take Daniel Jones any day. And I was like, what Daniel Jones you talking about? Same Daniel Jones. Like,
Whoever said that was definitely on coke. I don't
this-
care who said that. They won't
was
coke.
this a created player, Daniel Jones? Like, I know NCAA about to come back out, but is there a new Daniel Jones that I don't know about? Because you can't be talking about that Daniel Jones. And I ain't saying Daniel Jones is bad. He's bad. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm just saying, Joe, look at what you just said. Without the running back, he wasn't anything. I'm not gonna say not anything, but he wasn't good. If you want to say the offensive line wasn't there, okay. I've seen Sam Howell win more games with a bad offensive line. I've seen Sam Howell still look like a decent quarterback.
Yeah,
with a bad O line.
that was bad.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes almost win a Super Bowl with a bad offensive line. And Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. Yes, he is. I'm just saying with the offensive line situation. I've seen quarterbacks win games without their best left and right tackles. There's just things you got to get done. And Daniel Jones, he's just not doing it. Daniel son, you're done.
Yeah, that's
I didn't notice that.
Oh man, Daniel done son. But yeah, I blame the ownership. I blame Daniel Jones for not asking to get out of there. I blame the quarterback coach. I blame his off-season trainers. I blame the offensive coordinators. I blame the NFL for even putting the Giants on TV at times. Like, why did they do that to themselves? And I'm not even mad at Kadarius Toney for leaving, because you got to get out of there. We would have never known what Kadarius Toney would have looked like, a top 5 receiver with the Giants.
Yeah,
we would have never known he was this bad. He didn't go somewhere else. So technically, I feel bad for the kid they drafted last year. I forgot his name. He's fast.
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt. I feel bad for him because he actually is good, and the quarterback couldn't get the ball to him.
He is good.
The Giants were so bad that they had a backup come in, 2 backups. Tyrod Taylor did his thing. But then they had another backup come in and had the whole city like, yeah, we need to sign him back. So look, Daniel, maybe you need to go somewhere else, like Tennessee, go be a backup for a little while, and you can do your thing. But one thing I will say about Daniel Jones is, hey, Cowboy fans, remember y'all was asking Cooper Rush to be a starter? Just think of Daniel Jones. Because if Cooper Rush was a starter in the NFL, he might be Daniel Jones.
I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers signed him as a backup.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I can see it.
That'd be crazy.
I wouldn't be
if he actually gets a chance to start and he actually cooked Dave, I'm gonna pull up that clip. Nah, I'm just saying.
That speaks more volumes of Kyle Shanahan than anything.
Yeah, he'll be good with go. I mean, I was saying the greatest, but you got Trent Williams and he never had weapons but Saquon. One time he had Saquon Barkley, he actually looked decent. So I do feel bad for him though.
Yeah, because he don't deserve most of this.
But I don't feel bad for him at the same time because he got his money. He got paid. So he's straight.
Shout out to the agents, man.
Shout out to the agents because they weren't signing. They were like, no, we need to up this price. They upped the price. Crazy,
price is
bro.
up, and now he upped and out of here.
I remember when Dave posted news, we all were like, huh? Okay, we'll take it.
Yes. Would you always say, Joe, when they was talking about how everybody want somebody to sign? Like, if anybody in your division wants you to stay, that's a bad sign. Like, if everybody's rooting for you to sign back, like, that's a bad thing.
Facts.
Man.
All right,
But we got to sign up for these chats, man.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all about these IG chats, man. Look, what a topic we just talked about came from the reason why we mentioned it is because what?
Just ignore it. He said now over Hurts.
Okay. Philly, there you go. You got somebody to sign.
Hold on, what was it, Kev? The one that said that he used to read.
Yes, I said it. I said it. Kev and Javon. That's who said it. It was Kev and Javon.
Come on, Vaughn. Dang. That my own
Both
brother.
of them. They were Danny's guys.
Dang.
But this is what we're talking about was mentioned in the NFL chat. This is what we're talking about. These are the type of things that goes on in the chat. You know, we actually had a topic changed because of the chat.
Yeah.
So there are things that go on that we talk about all the time, and I'm gonna give you just a preview of some of the things that we talk about. Pop being on the hot seat, that became a topic on the show. Does LeBron James deserve a statue in Miami? You know, that was something that we debated in the chat.
Shout out Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz. Come on, man. Most of these topics we talk about are in the chat, and then there's I think I may have another one for the chat soon, but you know, I got to make sure I got it. I still have it in my notes. But these chats, we give you all the latest news as well, because when we started the show, you saw that we had 3 breaking news automatically. Justin Simmons is now a free agent. Cat is out with a torn meniscus, out indefinitely. More than likely his season is done. And Ben Simmons, you know, not that we didn't expect this, but he's out for the rest of the season. But these chats, we give you all this information right out first, right before it pops out in Bleacher Report or ESPN or any of the other major places. We put it out there first. Shout out to Tomo, who was goated yesterday, who was putting out all the news yesterday. So Tomo goat, you know, Tomo Shefty.
Shout out to the Bills.
Shout out to the Bills.
Man, it was all them, and then it was random teams here and there, but it was all Bills. Cut. It's like they just picking up the phones on some. Hey, yo, check it out. Don't even show up no more, man. It's all good.
Yeah, done, son.
Hey, Worm, I'm sorry. Nah, I say exactly what it is. Smelling snow? Nah. We're not gonna lie to kids like that. But yeah, man, these chats we have is this is all on Instagram. So we're not but we did open it up to Twitter for anyone that's in the R2L chat. So if you're in the R2L chat, the VIP chat, we do have a Twitter group chat now. So
just in case IG trips out again.
We all know what happened on Tuesday. 4 hours shut down. Nobody knew what was going on. So just so you guys know, these chats are NBA mixed in with the WNBA. WNBA season is, you know, it's starting to come up soon. NFL, like I said, Justin Simmons just got cut. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Major League Baseball, Joe Vaughn says that the Red Sox are going to finish third in the division. I don't see that happening. College basketball, men and women. Shout out to Dawn Staley and South Carolina. They are the only team in college basketball, men and women, to be undefeated in the regular season, 29-0.
Dang.
And then college football, you know that's coming up. Shout out to University of Miami and Cam Ward. I see what you're doing in practice, my guy. Keep it going. Then we have the combat chat with boxing, UFC, and wrestling. It just announced that Mike Tyson will be fighting Jake Paul July 20th.
On Netflix.
My animal.
So, shout out to the chats. Shout out to R12 family. But in order to get into any of these chats, got to become a member.
I'm watching that Mike Tyson fight.
And if you're watching right now and you want to become a member, in the comment section, comment member.
I like what you did there.
Comment member. Comment member in the comment section if you want to be a part of the chats. That way we can send you the link to become a member, and then we'll take care of everything from there.
Okay, let's get it.
There you go. Because, you know, if you in your other chats and you got them one friends that want to be all in the videos, you know, dancing around on stage, prancing around.
Take that.
Come to Golden State. You know, talk about that warrior spirit, man. You know, as we've been doing it, I think I could say we kind of started this. You know, we've been talking about almost all the teams that are in the playoff contention, or at least trying to make the playoffs, and what's the ceiling for them. And we kind of talked about last week, I think, was Jordan Poole missed out there in Golden State. And some people would say yes, some people would say no. Then they go to Boston and get cleaned up. And it was like, maybe they do. But then they turn around and go to Milwaukee and say, hey, the Nasties, you can make the court, because we're gonna beat up on your brother and them right quick. They won 6 7 straight, but we're gonna stop that. But the West is the West, man. The West. So all I gotta say is the West. Do the Warriors have enough Warrior spirit? What's the ceiling for the Golden State Warriors, man? Joe, you the last team that played this team in the playoffs.
What Lakers at?
I'm talking on this panel.
The last team I lost on.
I just want to hear you say that. I don't know your pain.
It's a different. You know what? I ain't about to say it.
What's your selling for this Golden State Warrior team?
So, this is interesting. Warriors are an interesting team. Championship pedigree. Steph Curry. They got a good defense with Draymond Green leading in charge. Since the last 15 games, the Warriors had the second best record behind Boston, fourth defensive rating, and they're so undersized. They're first in rebounding, first in assists. Since in the last 15 games, Draymond's been back for about like 20, 21 games, right? So they've been turned up since Draymond got implemented back into the system. But when you look at the teams in the West, right, in a 7-game series, like the West is weird. The only team I don't feel confident on beating are the Nuggets. Everybody else, they're capable of winning. They're going to beat Minnesota. They're going to beat, especially with Cat being out now, they could beat OKC in the 7-game series. They can beat the Clippers in the 7-game series. I mean, injuries, you know how that goes, right? They could beat the Pelicans in the 7-game series. They could beat the Suns. They could beat us. They could beat the Mavericks. Because in the playoffs, it's a different ballgame. The Warriors are a different team in the playoffs. I feel like they lost in the playoffs to the Lakers because the Lakers were the Warriors with size because they have LeBron James. LeBron James isn't an expert. He's an expert at a 7-game series. He's going to exploit every mismatch. He's going to find every loophole that takes him to get over the hump in a 7-game series. So were the Warriors, but they went against LeBron, and they just a bigger team. If they would have went against us, y'all saw that, and they beat us, and we were much better. Like the Warriors last year were not as good as the Warriors this year. The Warriors this year is a much better team. Wiggins, fresh off his hiatus, right, playing against us. They just traded back for GP2. Like, it was a lot going on. Draymond even got suspended in the middle of our series. So I would say their ceiling is, I'm going to say it, man. I do not want to shortchange them. I want to say Western Conference Finals, but if somebody could knock out Denver on the way, they could probably make it to the finals. But I'm going to say Western Conference Finals only because of Denver. If Denver's in the way, Western Conference Finals, that's it.
Sure about that?
Joe,
we agree.
I don't know what made you say this. I really don't. Because I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? The way you say that?
Look, you gotta take into account. Look at the top 3 teams in the West. Look at the top 2 teams in the West.
Yeah, don't do 3.
Top 2 teams in the West are young teams.
Yeah.
And the number 2 team right now just lost one of their best players, which means more than likely they might drop. Now they still have Ant and they still have Rudy Gobert. And they still got what's the other guy? Reed
Daniels.
You still got other guys there. But Cat is a big part of this team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to take a hit with them. What other teams really can stop the Warriors other than the Nuggets?
The Clippers.
That is true. But I think right now the Clippers would face the Nuggets first before they even get to the Warriors because of their positioning right now.
Yeah.
No, if they go to the playoffs right now, they won't see the Nuggets into the Western Conference Finals.
The
Clippers. Right now, Warriors in the play-in. That's a problem right there.
Huge problem. But the Warriors could do exactly what the Lakers did last year and be a play-in team to make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
This is a championship pedigree team. We know what they're capable of. We know what they're capable of. They've won 4 rings. They know exactly. What does Clay do all the time? They know what it takes, man. And look, the Warriors are undefeated when Clay and CP3 are coming off the bench together.
Mm-hmm.
Clay is making an argument for being 6th man of the year, even though he ain't been 6th man all year.
6th man of the month. I don't know. Jordan Poole got something to say about that.
And they losing. Can't be no 6th man in your team still lose. What you helping them do?
Stats. But the Warriors, they still have it, man. I don't. Draymond is definitely helping out as well, doing his little bit of stuff defensively, but also facilitating and everything. And Steph gonna be Steph.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta have some fear when it comes to the Warriors. You know, I had the utmost confidence in the Kings last year going against the Warriors, and I was right. They took them all the way to Game 7.
Experience.
But Steph just had to put up 50. It's only so much you can really do with this team, and Steph can get high at any time. Then they got Kuminga, who's now starting to play big minutes and starting to step up. Andrew Wiggins is back. Then you also got the young guy Brandon Poe, who stepped up who's stepping up. So this team could definitely do a lot. I don't see anything that could stop them from making the Western Conference Finals, or that's like a definite stop. Like it's no way. I don't see a way where it's no way they can't make it. Now, I do see that there are possibilities where they can't, because we've seen how bad they can be, but we also know how good they can be. Remember last year they couldn't win a road game.
And they won
or was it the year before?
It was last year.
Yeah, last year. Last year they couldn't win a road game, and then when they needed to win a road game the most, they won 2 road games.
Yeah.
Now after that they lost against the Lakers, but still, what I'm saying is the possibilities is there. So the Warriors, I wouldn't be shocked. The Warriors to me is like the Chiefs in the NFL. It's almost like it's nothing you can do to. It's like it's almost a guarantee that they're going to be somewhere fighting to be in the Western Conference Finals.
That's a good comparison.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, because now I had to think about what the Chiefs did this regular season, and it didn't look like they was going to make it to the Super Bowl, and
exactly
they just won it. But I don't. Yeah, like I want them to prove me wrong, but I don't see it, man. It's just too many up and down moments this season where it's just like, of course, the Draymond suspension happened, but now he's back. They also have found a way to get Kuminga and Moody in the offense with a regularity. Shout out to Steve Kerr for putting his ego aside and realizing that. Shout out to Klay Thompson and saying, look, man, I'll come off the bench because we do got 4 of those things, and I'm trying to get 5, like who don't want to be in that type of company? So the ceiling for me is where they're at right now, is the play-in, the basement. I got them. I ain't gonna say lottery because they far from the lottery, but you look at the teams that they're bunched up with right now. You got the Lakers who are fighting. You got the Mavericks who are still trying to figure themselves out every other day. And then you got your Kings, Joe. Like, that's a rough bunch to be with right now, because they are all playing for the same goal, is to get either in the play-in or the playoffs. Now Phoenix, they're a mystery. They're a mystery, because if the big 3 is out there, you see what they're capable of. But sometimes they're interchangeable. Booker may not play. Bill may not play. KD has been the most consistent thing on the Suns right now,
which is crazy.
Yeah. And look at I don't know, man. With Norman Powell showing up the way he has, man, the Clippers have impressed me, man. I'm sorry, but it's one of those things where you like. I see what y'all saying about they can make the Western Conference Finals because of who they are, but I don't know, man.
I just read Lamar's comment. That's one.
Hey, they are though. And they both will show up in a moment where you're like, they're not supposed to be doing this. Like, they are not supposed to be doing this. So Western Conference Finals, I see how y'all got there, but I'm not. I put a ticket on pre-order, but I ain't gonna buy it just yet. Like, give me till April, and maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, I got them as a play-in team, and the basement is they just stay where they at and they rebuild for next year, because the age factor. It's a lot of things that go into it.
Well, they're like 11-4 in their last 15 games. So
That's
12-3, which is second in NBA.
12-3 actually.
Tied with the Orlando Magic, by the way. Second in NBA.
we're not talking about Orlando. Okay, we leave that to RBO. They just
So,
beat the
I
Wizards
just want to get them a
yesterday.
shout out real quick.
They beat the Wizards yesterday. After the
They
Wizards
got-
was up 21 points. I don't want to talk about Orlando right now.
Y'all was up
Orlando-
21 and lost the game. Oh my god.
Come on now. 6th man of the year though.
but like 6 man.
12
But like
but it's
the
the
reason-
company they in. Like, look at the go ahead, Joe. It's the company they in. Like, if it was any other team around them right now, like if it was just them and the Lakers, I'm picking Golden State over the Lakers. But Mavericks and Kings, they both are still trying to like find their footing, and they are like solidifying.
The Mavericks are losing games right now, so I
Now,
don't even know why you
I'm telling
mentioned
you right
that.
now, if we're
They
doing a
over them right
bracket.
now. That's all.
If we're doing a bracket, I'm not picking the Warriors to get to Western Conference Finals. I don't
I'm
care
not.
how the brackets lined up. I'm not picking them. But I wouldn't be surprised because, like, me watching them last year as a Kings fan, and I felt like this was a favorable matchup for us, right? I watch how important a 7-game series is. Like, I feel like you see the game differently as a fan than you do if your team is actually in it and you watched every game of this team. You know all the flaws. I know all the I know everything about the Kings, y'all. Huh?
We got news, but go ahead.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you said that they was gonna lose.
I'm like that.
My
All right.
bad.
Oh yeah. Okay. You can bring it at the defense. Yeah, I see it. But like, I know everything about the Kings, right? And I literally watched that series last year, and I saw the coaching battle from game to game. I literally I saw it like, okay, this happened game 1, game 2. Oh, this is the counter he came. Game 3. Oh, this is the counter he came. Game 4. Oh, I literally realized like, dang, this is really different from the regular season. You know, so
That's why I love Spo.
and yes, and Steve Kerr, that dude, his adjustments in the playoffs are really good. That's why he's one. That's why people be killing him. Like, bro, like, the dude's a really good coach. So you got that with Steph Curry playing better than he did last year. Kuminga playing better than he did last year. Clay playing better than he did last year. You add Chris Paul. Like, they are a better team this year than they were last year. Last year, they weren't good. But this year, they are better. So I felt like, yeah, with the right matchups outside the Nuggets, basically, they could beat anybody in the West in a 7-game series,
You
including
gotta
the
add the Clippers to your list, man.
I don't know because the Clippers, you said it to me last year, the health. Paul George just missed, Family just came back from injury.
They different this year.
I hope so.
That's because Kawhi's playing more games. That don't mean he won't
Maybe that's why.
That don't mean he won't get hurt come playoff time.
I mean, hey, that's funny that look at the tables turn. That was me last year. Y'all sound like me and look at me trying to fight for Kawhi. He might could play.
And then Westbrook's got his daggone hand injury.
You forgot I was with you last year? That was your show.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
The Clippers.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be playing by playoff time.
He played one game.
Paul George didn't even play. He got hurt right before the playoff. I'm like, wow, right on
Exactly.
schedule. Like, we had this whole debate, and then next thing you know, Paul George out. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
All right, and the Mavericks, to that Mavericks point, that's funny that you say that because are they doing the same thing they did last year? They started to tank after the All-Star game.
But the Mavericks have some new additions too, so we gotta take that consideration. I think they'll be better defensively. They actually made moves to be better, huh?
Who knew?
PJ Washington and Gafford.
All he do is rebound and protect the paint. What's so new about that?
That's what I'm saying. Defensively, they're gonna be better. I think they'll be good.
That's not nothing to be losing for. You're playing defense. You're supposed to be winning.
And they losing to the best offense in NBA history.
Pacers. Aren't they like 1-6 in their last 7 games or something like that?
I know they lost to the Pacers twice in the last 3 days.
That's crazy.
Ty got a lot of talk for Kevo.
Kevo, that's why you need to just leave Ty alone, man. I swear, just leave Ty alone. But we did have some breaking news in NFL. Jaguars and standout guard Urza Cleveland have agreed on a new term, 3 years, $28.5 million, $14.5 million guaranteed. He was actually traded. Jacksonville traded for him last season.
Good job. Let's get it.
Jaguars keep a standout guard.
Let's get it. Keep that old line intact.
Everybody doing some sneaky signing, man. It's starting. Monday's gonna be a long day.
That's because the 13th is around the corner. They're trying to get some of these deals done before the 13th.
Zach Ertz, look at him trying to follow his old coach. I mean, come on, man.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, 1 year, $5 million. But all we asked for you is to stick around longer than 1 year. We're not even asking for $5 million. We asking for $299, $499, $999. Like, you could do the math on that because these are member levels. Because if you want to be a part of the chats on both now X and Instagram, you know what I'm saying? The X chat, you gotta be a superstar, but I'll get into that. For the pro level at $299 a month, you get loyalty badges next to your name, and then the comments and live chats. That's basically on the show. As you see the banners and everything right here, you can use some of those stickers. We seen Daniel's son, you're done, son. We seen that come up a few times. You get priority comments and you get to join one sports chat. So that's all the chats that Dave told you about in the earlier segment. Also, for the all-star level, for $4.99 a month, you get member-only videos and member-only content. That's where it's at, man. So you definitely want to be an all-star, if anything. Join multiple chats, and you get to request a topic or segment nominee. Topics, you see what happened this morning. You had to do a quick reroute because of the chats, man. Somebody was like, man, y'all gonna talk about them stinking Cowboys? He's like, yeah, we got you, Blaze. And then, segment nominees is Your Done Son, The Doghouse, Dave's Doghouse, and Not So Average Top 5. All I'm going to say is each one of these segments get all of the chats riled up. All of them. Either if you're a dog or you're in a doghouse, it's going to get you riled up. And for $9.99 a month, you get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level, but you get to join the R2L chat. And that's the one that's also on X. VIP chat. If you want VIP, you got to cross the velvet rope, $9.99. You get your little sparklers. You get the signs that come to you in the club, like welcome to the R2L chat. And then you get to be a guest on the show. You get awards and plaques based upon the numbers of the episode that you've done. You can go check out the episode that we did with the award ceremony. And if you go to our Instagram, you can also see that we give you actual awards in person. They're actual awards, and not just us saying, hey, don't get a certificate, like people who get honor roll. Even though it's a good thing to be on honor roll, but not just a piece of paper. You get an actual trophy, and you get member shout outs. So shout out to all our members. We got Tone, FFC Coach, BWT Teddy, Big O, Cardo. He been in the chats heavy. He's like, here we go. We got the Mavs coming up next. Look, he right there in the chats, right there. Yeah. And we got Donnell, $9.99 super chat himself. My man matching the superstar level with the super chats. Shout out to you.
Let's
and then
get
shout
it.
out Joe, Dave, and myself. And you. Click the link, man. Become a member. We want to talk to y'all, not just on YouTube. You actually want to talk to y'all in the chats to see where you really at. Let's get back to the show.
Let's get it.
More NFL news. Safety Daniel Thomas is re-signing with the Jaguars for 2 years, $4 million, with the potential to make $6 million a year.
Okay. Jaguars insiders going crazy.
Facts.
See, that was like the Bills insider yesterday. He probably was tired. His little phone probably died after all that information. We got restructures. Oh, he's gone. Yeah,
it was crazy. It was like Bill still talking about. I'm like talking about trolling right now.
You thought
it's all part of LGA. I mean LJA mafia.
They was cutting everybody, man.
It got so bad that even when I posted about Maddox from the Eagles, I was like, they're gonna think I'm playing now. I was like, I gotta come back with another credible source to just back this up. Yeah, it was like, it gotta be something because they're gonna think.
Now you see what I be going through when I be posting my stuff, and they be like, "Hold on, man." I'm like, all right.
I ain't think about that. All Bill stuff. Yeah, sure, Tomo. And then you put some on Maddox. Man, come on, Tomo.
It's like, no. That's why I think that's why Kev asked me, like, how much cap space we saving? I was like, is this a test? But let me go find the answer for you, man.
Where you shoot him at? Everybody know he got shot.
Or he put the crazy, like, what'd he say? Man, we don't get this money to him, man. He gonna come. All right. Yeah,
I'm gonna drop the pocket, big dog.
Oh, the movie references, man. Y'all can tell we had too much fun up here, man. But we got our +1, or we bullish.
Oh no, sorry. I misread that quote. He's like, let me know when y'all do it so I can watch.
All right. We got fans of all teams in these chats, man. And that comes with being a member. You could be on the show and actually talk about your team, but we got to talk about the bullish market, man. This is another one of those teams where it's kind of like, do I want to buy in or do I just want to wait and see?
Okay, talking about these investment terms you're doing. Okay.
I mean, you know, it's first thing in the morning. I did a little reading yesterday, but will the Bulls make the playoffs? Currently at the 9th seed in the East. Will they make the playoffs because of the Eastern Conference and how everything is shaking up? They got the Pacers right now, and then you got the 76ers who are holding up. You are correct. Shout out to Cardo with the 199 super chat. Shout out to R2 Will. Hey Billy, give my boy some more PT. #drum. The fact that Andre Drummond is still in the league and still getting rebounds at the rate that he is, bro, that's crazy.
I wish he was on my team. I'll tell you that.
You?
Tell you that.
I don't understand why teams don't even. Teams just be letting them fly.
Hey, all I know is he perfect for heat culture. He perfect for heat culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of players. That's crazy.
Ooh, that was scary.
That's now when we talking about culture earlier, that's when you can truly define a culture. That when you can look at a random player and be like, man, he's good for that team. There's too many players in the NBA. You be like, man, he be good on the Heat. That's wild.
He would though.
Wow. That's next year. Yeah. Now that's a true definition of culture. Anytime I want to talk about sports culture, I was about to say SPO culture. There you go, SPO culture, because that's who built it. But do I think the Bulls are gonna make the playoffs? They can make it. Right now, they just gotta find a way to hope that the best offense in the NBA takes a little break, and if the 76ers can like plateau, because currently right now I think to get in the play-in, they're currently in the play-in, right? At the 9th seed, yeah. History repeating itself. They're gonna be another play-in team, but
yeah,
I think they can do it. They have their moments where they show up against big teams. The only thing about it is they are a little inconsistent at times. That inconsistency when it comes to DeRozan, the mid-range assassin. I just wish if DeRozan could shoot like 10 threes a game, that would change the whole landscape of this Bulls offense. But because you know he's a mid-range assassin, that kind of hinders them just a little bit. And because of how the East is so competitive, you got the Heat, Knicks. Look at Orlando. Somebody said Paolo gonna be top 5, but we didn't think Orlando was gonna be top 5. I think they need to swap it. Orlando top 5 and Paolo still in the top. He's in the rankings. He's in the rankings. He definitely called it. Cleveland, who found a way to get D Wade. Dean Wade. My bad. The Celtics thought he was D Wade the way he cooked them the other night. But Celtics, it's gonna be rough. But if they do get in the playoffs, it might be one and done. But I can see them making the playoffs. So my answer is yes.
My answer is
well, go ahead, Dave.
My answer is also yes, for these reasons. They have the 8th easiest schedule remaining in the NBA.
They play the Wizards and Pistons?
No.
Oh.
So they play Boston. They only have to play Boston once.
Without Boston, they might have an easy schedule.
Exactly. They still have to play the Clippers twice. They still haven't played them yet. They play the Pistons. They play the Wizards 3 times.
Dang!
I told you.
The Nets, the Rockets, the Hawks. And then they also play – they got to play the Knicks 3 times, the Pacers twice, the Clippers twice, and the Magic once. So they got a pretty easy schedule to be able to make it into the make it into the who is that? Pay the man 441.
That's my man Real. He was on one of the boxing episodes.
Okay. I was so confused. But yeah, I think they can. I definitely think they can. Like I said, they got the 8th easiest schedule in the NBA. Only Dallas, Memphis, Houston, Miami, Golden State, Brooklyn, and Boston have easier schedules going on right now. And we know Brooklyn ain't going nowhere. Houston and Memphis more than likely not going nowhere. Dallas don't look like they're going anywhere, unless the defense starts to improve. So out of these teams, I would say, other than Golden State, Miami, and Boston, I say the other team that can make it within those 8 teams is Chicago.
Okay.
They got the Wizards and the Trailblazers back to back. Then they play the Wizards. Then they play the Pistons and the Wizards back to. They can do something.
See, look, I think the schedule don't really matter because it's gonna be tough for them to catch the Pacers. They are what a clear 4.5 games behind them, and even if they catch the Pacers, they're a playing team. They're behind. They're
Well,
they're
I guess
5.5.
I guess
Five
that's
games
what I
behind the
was.
Sixers.
I
Huh?
think that's what I was thinking. I was thinking more so play-in, not playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're going to be in the play-in. Let's put out there. They're not going to not be in the play-in. They're going to be a play-in team. The question is, are they going to be a play-in team as a 9th seed, or they're going to be a play-in team as a 8th seed? That matters. As an 8th seed, you're winning. You win. 9th seed, you got to win 2 games, right?
That's true.
Now, this is how they can become a playoff team because they hang around. They're a type of team that they can get off to a slow start. They'll make a big comeback, but they are in a lot of close games. And then these last 2 games in particular they played, DeRozan has been clutch. I mean, against the Kings, he scored 19 points in the fourth quarter, outscored the whole Kings team. Against Utah last night, he scored 17 in the fourth quarter. So that's a DeRozan you're going to need. Kobe White different, y'all. I'm not gonna say he's different, like he one of the best, but like
He's tough.
he's
though.
showing something different since Levine's been hurt.
He's
Since
tough.
Levine got hurt, bro, the boy's like, yo, I'm not wishing injury on nobody, but that was a blessing in disguise because we get to see what Kobe White looks like.
Hey, I'm trying to go to the game.
Yeah. No, I seen that. You can make something happen.
Oh, the Wizards and Bulls.
Yeah, I'm trying to go.
I'm going to the Wizards and Kings though. I believe that.
I'm gonna be out of town, but I would love to have been there with you,
For the
Joe,
Kings.
because I want to be right there to be like, no bean.
they got good seats like on the 6th row for like 150.
Joe, let me know. I'll go to the game with you.
All right, let's get it. I give you the exact date, but I'm definitely gonna be there. Like the band.
Wizards might win. Dave in the building.
Wearing my my new beam team shirt jersey. Shout out to Dave for that. Thank you, Dave. All right. But I'm gonna say yes because of the clutchness of DeRozan and Kobe White. Right, both of them guys been down the stretch when the games have been closed down the stretch. They've been closing the deal, and that's what you need. You're gonna play teams like Atlanta. Okay, you could be Trae Young got a surgery right now. I'm not sure he's gonna be back. He should be back right before the play-in, but he's gonna be coming back fresh off an injury. And then you might have to play between Philly and the Sixers. And Philly and B, I don't know. And B battle's gonna be tough. But I'm saying y'all ceiling is to get in the first round. Do I think y'all gonna make it? That's tough. I'm gonna have to go with a no. I'm sorry, Cardo, man. I'm gonna go with no. All right. I think y'all could do it, but if I had to make my pick, would they go to the playoffs? I'm gonna say they won't make it. I would think a team like the Pacers would make it, and B will be back too. I would see the 76ers making it also. So it will be tough for the Bulls to make it, and they will have to win 2 games to get out the play-in. So I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that is tough. That is tough. Yeah, I see why you say that. I definitely
They could though, but if I put money on it, I'm putting my money on Indiana and Philly.
If you talking about gambling wise, yeah, I'm going with Indiana for sure.
Well, man, look, I don't.
And B coming back regardless of record too. By the way,
Yeah, I think Philly. I think Philly is the for sure lock, as in the playoff team.
You sure?
8 through 10, I don't know.
sure about that?
You
I
sure?
don't know.
Because Embiid still gotta get his footing.
No, you're right.
No,
The Pacers aren't for sure. You're right about that.
That's what I'm saying.
They can lose. They
For
can
sure,
lose.
for sure. For me, if I'm saying for sure between those 4 teams, I'm going with Philly.
Okay,
I'm going with
Adam.
Philly.
Yeah. Philly is a best.
So
With Embiid.
Why y'all on the fence about the Pacers?
I don't know. It's because for me, it's
Flimsy,
just
man.
it's
Their defense, man, is bad.
yeah. That's what I was about to say. The defense is just not there. They got a really good offense. Great offense.
When you have a bad defensive team
It's,
in the NBA, anybody can get hot.
exactly.
Anybody. Like you play a team, you can play the Pistons, and they can put up 40 in the first quarter. I mean, ask the Kings. That actually happened to us.
Look, last year our offense was terrible in the regular season, and then it just turned up in the playoffs.
So
It can happen.
It's the
Teams
NBA.
make that switch.
It's the NBA. That's why you can't do one and dones in NBA because it's a shooting like it's a missile made league. Like
And this too, the Bulls defense is better. And they can put up points. They've shown that they can put up points. DeRozan, Caruso can get hot randomly at times. And then
well the Bulls defense, I mean, they're not as much lately, not as much better than I want to say that. I want to say their defense. He said clutch.
at times.
Yeah, I get you on that.
That's what I'm that
But
I guess
overall,
that's what I'm
like
saying.
recently, it's been like the same. Pacers have been better defensively. They're probably right now like the last 15, like 20th, 21st, like around that range. They ain't the worst no more. And the Bulls probably like 19. It's like that close. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So
I like the title too.
We gotta get the cool back, Tomo. We gotta get Cardo time back on. It's like,
oh man, we gotta run it back.
gotta get everybody back on. So go to squad.
Hey, well, this time I ain't in the playing, so I don't got no dog in the fight.
Now J-Mo part of the crew now.
That's true. That is true. Man, I wish we knew a Hawks fan.
Hey, my team is right above it. It's at 6.
You're like you playing with them. We the 7th seed right now, but we gonna get that 6 though.
I mean, honestly, 4 on down. It's a little fight.
He's on the East or West?
East.
Yeah,
Well, 4 to 6 is definitely a fight.
Yeah.
We
Man,
got the season. The only thing I'm banking on is we got the season series against Orlando, and we got an easier schedule.
You right.
It's
Only you're only up by 1 game on the Pacers.
Yeah.
It's a fight.
Let's get it. It's playoff basketball going forward
For
certain teams.
That's why I trust Miami.
Is it though? Because how many of these teams got to play the Wizards and the Pistons?
That's what I'm saying for certain teams.
Because technically, you know, they got two. They got possibly 2 to 3 easy wins over there.
But think about when you get the good matchups. Like
I mean, we got 2 more games against y'all.
Like
we got 2 more games against y'all, 2 more games against the Pistons.
Like,
you see what I'm saying? That's
but look,
4 right there.
When 2 playoff teams play though, Nuggets and Suns, that was a great game. Right. Nuggets and Lakers and Clippers, Lakers and Kings. Swiper career high tied 44 points. That's why I put that out there.
And our toughest games right now, we still got to play OKC again, the Nuggets. We still got to play the Cavaliers twice. I mean, we still got to play the 76ers twice, the Knicks once, and then the Pelicans. But the easier schedule, we got, like I said, we got the Wizards twice, the Pistons twice, and we still got the Raptors twice, Rockets, Atlanta, and Portland.
You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna talk to y'all over there. I got an idea.
Okay.
I got an idea. 2 ideas, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna write the other one down because Tomo said something that can give me an idea. All right.
Well, who gonna get the lottery pick?
Nah. I hope y'all. I wish I would have got Wemby for real. I really wish I would have got Wemby, man.
Did you hear the story about that?
What?
He was 1 ping pong ball away.
How do you know that? Sounds like you know it. I was like, how do you know it's 1 ping pong ball? Really, bro? How you know that? Who's in there watching it? Really? They got a camera inside the jump?
I guess so.
They better because it's rigged. Imagine if the Wizards would have got Wemby. Oh man, Pop would have.
He just happened to go to the Spurs, like the most French daggone team in the daggone NBA. All right, let's get these last words in, man. Listen, man, my last words is great show. I know we went overboard for y'all, but hey, it happens sometimes. I have a great idea. You know what? I want to throw out there my last words, Tomo and Dave. All right. We do a member similar to the NFL video we did, right? Members only, but still clean because we can clip it up, right? Members only, the Eastern Conference teams, right? That's in playoff contention, and do a members only for the Western Conference teams that's in playoff contention, and just talk about where they're gonna position all that stuff. I know there's gonna be some back and forth between certain teams. So,
hey, I'm off on Saturday,
so we can do something like that. All right.
All I'm gonna say is when y'all get to talking about the Mavericks, be prepared.
Yeah, Teddy say he's in. Let's get it. All right, so we're gonna throw it out there to the chat and everything. But shout out to the network. Shout out to the Refuse to Lose family. Shout out to X. you held it down for us for a good 4 hours. Shout out to the Kings, man, for giving the Lakers a third L to us this season. We got one more game against them. It's gonna be prime time too, so it's sweet though. Bring out the brooms. Commanders. Listen, man, made the right decision on number 2 overall pick. I've been watching some footage of Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. I haven't gotten to Drake May yet, but I'm coming up with my own thoughts. So we'll see. I still rather have Caleb, but I'm trusting Adam Peters. The rich get richer, right, Cash? All right. So, but that's it. Hashtag Swiper season. Career high 44 points last night, and light the beam.
As I said in the beginning, shout out to University of Miami, getting Cam Ward. Like I said, I like what I'm seeing as far as spring training and everything. Definitely feel like we're going to have a better season this year. Not saying we making the playoffs and nothing like that yet. I'm not saying that until I see actual gameplay. But definitely glad that we did that. Shout out to Duke. You know, we got Cooper Flag, and we also got the best big man in the class next season. So I'm telling you, watch out for Duke next year. San Francisco, make whatever moves you need to make. Make sure you give BA his contract and sign a safety or a corner.
Safety.
Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons. I'm definitely excited about that. Jimmy in Miami, you know, keep playing Heat basketball, keep playing playoff basketball. I like what I'm seeing right now. Shout out to all the shows in the network, BWT, and the Red Corner, FFC, Kings Talk, CTC, and RBO, and Dave's Doghouse, and of course the main show, R2L. So shout out to y'all.
Good way to answer Tom Spark.
See that all these Pro Bowl cornerbacks and safeties are getting cut by their teams and quarterbacks, you know. Meanwhile, the Cowboys say they're going all in. Then we got to start the sad music up because we already know that Jerry just lied to us.
Stop the cap.
So my last words is for Cowboy fans that are in the chat specifically. I don't care about if you're on Twitter right now because we already got to deal with those people. But the people that are in the chat, when we started to go see the Commanders sign this person and that person, we go see the Eagles go do what they do because Howie's the greatest GM ever. And we see the Patriots go steal some players. Just know that when we do our Cowboy panel, it's going to be 20 minutes flat because we ain't going to have nothing to talk about, fellas. It's going to be a long all season, so buckle up. Make sure that you spend all of our free agency money with some of these super chats for the show so we can up the production. And that's all I got, man. I have no hope for this all season.
Dang.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
On that note, we'll see y'all in the chats. And we'll also see y'all tomorrow on the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.